AI powered mean to you now compared to what it meant to you like a year ago?
Well, I think AI power is kind of like an expanding term in which like every it's like previously I would say 6 months, but now it's like probably 1 month. It means something different and extending through a lot of things. Like imagining like how we were first like doing coding through like chat sessions in on GBT, and now we have like full-fledged agentic models that can take over your computer and then do a lot of things from like starting from scratch, listening to ideas, and then building it out and full testing, and also take controls to other daily lives, sessions, activities as well. So I mean, it's very powerful and expanding, and it's just hard to imagine where the boundaries would be in the next coming months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the boundaries always like expanding on there, and AI taking over more of what the humans do on like the internet, actually searching it. How do you see that affecting people's like search traffic? Is it going to go down? Are they going to be more qualified? What do you see with that?
Well, I think everything is still guided through human actions. Every AI agent, I'd say, like is still used by people, even though it's like sub agent detached from like parent agent. But that, I mean, as long as we human activities still follows, I think the trend is still there. Just yeah.
Nice. And then Mateo, with now that you've been working with New Reward for a good couple months now, what does AI visibility mean to you now than what it meant to you like before you started working with New Reward?
It's huge. Like, I mean, I had one friend that has like a GEO like business, but it's just him and one other person, and like that was my like only first step into like AI visibility, but we're not that close. So like I never got to fully understand what it meant, what it involved, and everything. But now that I've been here quite a bit, I think it's the future of like marketing. It's amazing. I think it's much more practical than standard like SEO, and yeah, like I'm so happy to be in the quote unquote the right path of
Yeah,
the future.
that's awesome. Where do, I guess the next question would be is, how do most businesses, and this is for anyone, I guess, but how do most businesses confuse more content with the right targeted content for SEO and GEO? And what's the best strategy to delineate and make it a clear path for this is the right content you should be putting out there to this is just too much generated?
It's an ongoing struggle, to be honest with you. In working and delivering for our clients, I will find that I have to be constantly updating the way that we're creating content because no one right now is really writing their own content anymore. We're all using AI to do it. Whether you admit it or not, you're using AI to facilitate you in writing your content. Dead internet theory is becoming even more prevalent of a reality than we ever thought. Like you go on X and I'm like, how many of you are really bots? And how on LinkedIn you see it everywhere. So then how do you really generate customized content that's not going to get picked up by the algorithm, that isn't going to be flagged as negative? And I think the best recourse to that is you need to have very authentic content, and you have to, this is the key, tie it back to a human source in some way. It has to reference an authority. For instance, this podcast that we're doing, this is the type of stuff that will gain traction and it will gain visibility. And that's one thing that we also offer to a lot of our clients is the ability to come use this studio as a part of their plan. Now, if they're remote, then that sucks and they can't use the studio. But if they're here in Utah, we like that because then we can work with our clients one-on-one and they can come in here and they can film and then we'll go and splice the videos and it helps us build their authority. So that's an example. But personalized content that's also authoritative is integral.
And I have like one question based on what you said. Like, do you think, or do any of you think that like having an AI help you post, does it make it easier, but at the same time less organic, or does it actually like help you in every way?
I feel like for me at least, it makes it easier to post, but then deep down, I know that like if you don't try to put some of your human effort and touch onto it,
Yeah.
anyone and everyone on the internet's going to be like, oh, look, that is just pure AI generated. They're going to move past it.
Exactly.
And so, in my opinion, you can use those to like help generate the base core, the foundation, the structure of what you want to post. But if you don't go in and put your own personal branding, messaging, and spin on it, and have that human touch, then it's going to be just pushed to the wayside, in my opinion, at least.
Something that I want to comment on that I realized last night. I was on X. I was following an AI, and I liked what the AI had to say more than what the people were saying. And I was like, oh, next year I might be following more people that are not people than I am people.
Right.
Because the AIs are learning how to tailor to our needs better than other humans are.
Yeah.
And that is eye-opening. And I that's going to be a big shift. So just something to think about.
I think a side way for that is also how people are using AI right now. Imagine like 3-4 years ago, there's no word for context. Like that doesn't mean anything in AI. Like you simply one prompt, one result, and there's no context, no history, no whatsoever. AI doesn't know you. You don't know the AI. But now you have all these contexts, and you have different system frameworks to harness that context, and then to make it more efficient, more representing you. And eventually, perhaps for social posting or anything like that, each person, individual user can have their own mental models trained or set up, that they have that profile that has somehow a little human touch to it.
Right.
And that, to James' point, is like you're following more accounts that you don't even know who that's real person or AI. Yeah.
The biggest question I have is with AIs using, a lot of the internet to train more of it getting at AI generated, when or if is it ever going to hit a recursive self-eating loop that destroys itself, for like the content, everything it's starting to generate just becomes worse and worse because it's only training off itself.
I think they are actively vetting for that. Like big time. That's part of what we're talking about, like producing good enough content to not be penalized. And it's becoming extremely hard to not be penalized. Like I'm seeing posts like that AI will generate that I'm like, that sounds very human. And then I watch it get penalized. And I'm like, I couldn't have written better than that. I'm like, we're screwed.
It'll be an interesting way to see where we go with all of this.
Yeah.
And like what that's on X, right? Like the penalization system. How does it work? Like I'm not familiar with it.
Basically, Google and other bots will decrease the score of your system based off of the crawling. They'll hit it and they'll be like, oh, this is AI slop.
Right.
And then they'll just not keep going. So it's a process, and I think that it's going to become extremely competitive. But I also think that eventually, even within the next 6 months to a year, it's going to be AI that's leading that competition, not humans, because we can't keep up with the algorithm.